Hello, I'm Matthew Williamson.
And I'm Guanghao Yu.
We are the co-directors of the Virtual Choirs of Williams. Welcome to our Spring 2021 concert.
The theme of this program is losses and new beginnings. Over the past year, we have learned that some things are out of our control. Many of us are still grieving over the things or people that we have lost.
However, losses often lead to new beginnings. While we grieve, we can also take comfort in hope for the future. In time, things will be rebuilt and renewed.
Here we offer a selection of pieces that remind us of this fact. The first piece is called Afternoon on a Hill by Eric Barnum, set to a poem by Edna St. Vincent Malay. This piece expresses an immense enthusiasm for life. It invites us to partake in life and beauty fully. We will be and are able to live life to the fullest, and great possibilities are just ahead.
Our second piece is a part song titled Abshid von Valde, or Farewell to the Forest, by Felix Mendelssohn. It is set to a poem called O Tale Weit, O Höhen, or O Distant Valleys, O Heights, by Joseph von Eichendorff, a German Romantic poet. The translation of the poem goes as follows. O distant valleys, O heights, O lovely green forest, you the place of my joys and pains and dwelling. Out beyond and always cheated rushes the busy world. Bend your boughs again around me, you green tent. In the woods there stands written a still and earnest maxim of righteous deeds and love, and that which is haven to humanity. I have faithfully read the words simple and sincere, and through my whole being spread an unspeakable calm. Soon I will leave you and go as a stranger into the world beyond, to walk on brightly milling lanes, to see life's theater, and in the middle of that life, the power of your earnestness will raise me, the lonely one, and thus will my heart never grow old. The song's 3 verses are set in a very simple chorale hymn style. It portrays simplicity and sincerity from an idyllic, youthful life. Nevertheless, the speaker and music never get too comfortable in that life, with the threat of the outside world always lurking in a chromatic phrase. We must, after all, leave our sources of comfort and lose the simplicity of our younger lives to venture forth into new activities. But at the end, even as the speaker has left the comfort of the forest, the music and text always restore the peace of prior life as we lean on our sources of comfort when we go into new beginnings.
The next piece is called The Lamb by John Tavener, set to the poem of the same name by William Blake, from the collection Songs of Innocence. Intended as a metaphor for the birth and eventual sacrifice of Christ, the poem expresses the tenderness, purity, and innocence of new life. The beginning of life is precious and pure. Even though death is an inescapable part of life, so is birth. The next piece is called Sing Me to Heaven by Daniel Gawthrop. If you would comfort me, sing me a lullaby. If you would win my heart, sing me a love song. If you would mourn me and bring me to God, sing me a requiem. Sing me to heaven. The piece expresses a moving optimism and peaceful attitude toward death. There is comfort in knowing that we are loved, even when death is at hand.
In my heart's sequestered chambers lie truths stripped of poets lost. Words alone are vain and vacant, and my heart summons half-heard voices, and my soul finds primal eloquence, and wraps me in song, wraps me in song. If you would comfort me, sing me a lullaby. If you would win my heart, sing me a love song. If you would lure me and bring me to God, sing me a requiem, sing me to heaven, touching me all love and passion, pain and pleasure, touching grief and comfort, love and passion, pain and pleasure. Sing me a lullaby, a love song, a requiem. Love me, comfort me, bring me to God. Sing me a love song, sing me to heaven.
Next, we come to You Are the New Day by John David, arranged for SATB Choir by Peter Knight. We learn through this piece's hopeful text and long phrases, always pushing ahead, to embrace the day ahead of us with love and eagerness. But it is a battle between hope and despair, between the brightness of the key and the upbeat tempo, and the hushed tones of both awe and trepidation. The speaker fears the day ahead, difficulty letting go of their past mistakes for which they must pay, and the knowledge that death awaits us, constantly growing one day closer. But through this battle, hope prevails. Finally, at a triumphant forte volume, we declare that love of life means hope for me, choosing to cast our lot with our future and embrace the hope born on every new day.
You are the new day. New day. I will love you more than me and more than yesterday. If you can but prove to me you are the new day.
Every new day begins with a sunrise. Thus, it is only fitting that we end our concert with the final movement of Ola Gjeilo's Sunrise Mass, called the Ground. Each of the Mass movements sets a portion of the Latin Mass Ordinary text. This movement sets the second half of the Sanctus, all of the Benedictus, and all of the Agnus Dei. As evidenced by Gjelo's unusual splicing of the text, he has taken it far outside of its original Roman Catholic context. Here, he uses the raw sounds that the words provide to depict the ground as it is warmed by the sunrise. Often, I cannot help but think of watching the sun come over Williamstown from the top of a sunrise hike. We start in the darkness and quiet before the dawn, transition through the first warmth of the sun into awe-inspiring colors and warmth as the ground is bathed in light, and end as the morning continues in a peaceful daylight. Meanwhile, the words themselves provide themes of fullness, gratitude, beauty, and peace. A new day begins, and we are reminded of the wonders of the earth every time we witness its light's renewal.
Succede
We hope that you have enjoyed this concert as much as we have enjoyed putting it together for you. Thank you for your attention.
And thank you especially to all of the dedicated singers who have made this concert possible, and to the Williams Music Department and Ed Gollin for their support, and to Meredith for her incredible and tireless efforts putting together all of the audio and editing it together to the point that it is as polished as you see it on the screen now. That is much work that goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, and thank you to Matthew for being a great co-director throughout all this craziness. And thank you to all the singers who have stuck with us this entire time out of sheer passion and dedication for choral music and a deep belief for what we do.
And similarly, thanks to Guanghao, I could not have imagined anybody better to direct this choir with. It's been just a joy to work with you. As we go into this new era of choral singing, where it's likely to be easier to rebuild live singing in a way that it hasn't been this year, we have to take the incredible gratitude that we can have for this year and for the fact that even though it's been difficult, the passion for choral singing has managed to build a choir that can't be beaten in energy level and enthusiasm. And that's a real blessing to work with a choir like that. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you to everybody who has been involved in this project and this process. Thank you to everyone who has believed in us. We're really glad that you enjoyed the concert, and we hope to see you soon next year.